Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood updates here, so remember to subscribe for the latest videos, because today we turn the spotlight onto one of the most captivating actresses of our generation, the ever-radiant Amy Adams, a woman whose career has spanned decades and whose transformation from ingenue to seasoned Hollywood royalty has been nothing short of extraordinary. Amy has long been celebrated for her charm, grace, and immeasurable talent, but recently the internet has been abuzz with conversations about her bold and glamorous fashion choices that have stunned fans worldwide. Known for her natural elegance and classic beauty, Amy has stepped into a daring new era where her wardrobe is stealing just as many headlines as her performances. In a series of editorial photo shoots, red carpet appearances, and candid yet stylized moments, Amy has been seen embracing outfits that accentuate both her timeless Hollywood aura and her confident modern flair, stockings that glisten under the flash of cameras, pantyhose that sculpt and smooth her flawless legs, tights paired with towering heels that command attention, silky nylon textures that bring a nostalgic throwback to vintage glamour, and even lingerie-inspired bodysuits and mini skirts that remind fans that Amy Adams is not just a brilliant actress, but also a woman in full control of her image and allure. These looks are not merely fashion choices, they are statements of empowerment, of reclaiming glamour in a world where trends come and go, and of reminding audiences that true beauty lies in confidence, artistry, and daring to redefine expectations. What makes Amy Adams' evolution so mesmerizing is not just the clothing itself, but the meaning behind it. Hollywood has always placed women in a box, typecasting them, defining them by age, or limiting them by outdated expectations. But Amy has shattered those barriers with quiet resilience and dazzling confidence. In Stockings paired with a sleek bodysuit, she radiates the kind of poise that recalls the icons of old Hollywood, yet feels completely modern, reminding us that glamour does not belong to one era, but is timeless when worn by someone who understands its language. The subtle shimmer of nylon against her skin transforms into a symbol of self-celebration, while a daring mini-skirt highlights her fearless embrace of femininity. Fans who have admired her since her early days in Junebug and Enchanted now marvel at this reinvention. The same woman who charmed us with innocence and warmth is now capturing headlines with sophistication and sensuality. Paparazzi photos and editorial spreads circulate across social media like wildfire, with fans declaring her a goddess of style who knows exactly how to surprise her audience. Every detail, from the curve of her heels, to the way tights sculpt her silhouette, to the understated but commanding confidence in her eyes, cements Amy Adams as more than just a star. She becomes a muse for an entire generation of women redefining what it means to age gracefully, boldly, and unapologetically. But this transformation is not simply about image. It is deeply connected to Amy's journey as a woman in an industry that is both dazzling and ruthless. Each outfit tells a story. Each bold appearance whispers of battles fought and victories earned. The stockings and pantyhose are more than fabric, they are metaphors for resilience, each thread symbolizing the strength that holds her together under the relentless gaze of the spotlight. The miniskirt becomes a rebellion against the notion that style should fade with time, while the bodysuit, clinging to her form with unapologetic allure, becomes a declaration of sovereignty over her own narrative. Hollywood loves reinvention, but Amy's reinvention feels personal, authentic, and raw, a reminder that her journey is not about chasing relevance, but about expressing truth. As she poses in these daring ensembles, she is both an actress and an artist, performing not on screen but on the grand stage of life itself, where the costume is as much a character as any she has played. The images spread, fans react, and the discourse grows. Amy Adams is no longer just the beloved actress we thought we knew. She is a force of nature, rewriting what it means to be glamorous, powerful, and unforgettable. What makes Amy Adams' current evolution even more powerful is the way it resonates with the wider conversation about women, fashion, and identity in Hollywood today. For years, actresses have been expected to conform to narrow definitions of glamour, portraying beauty as delicate, restrained, and often shaped by male-driven ideals. Yet Amy's bold appearances in stockings, pantyhose, heels, and mini skirts flip that script, reclaiming every inch of her image with authority. When she steps into a bodysuit paired with shimmering tights, it is not just a photo shoot. It is a performance of confidence, one that redefines how audiences perceive allure. Fans have flooded social media with praise, not only for her style but for her bravery in showcasing herself unapologetically at a stage in her career where Hollywood too often tries to silence women. Every headline that shouts her name, every viral photograph, every whispered conversation about her daring look only amplifies the truth. Amy Adams has mastered the art of controlling her own story. Unlike the fictional characters she's played, this is not a role written for her. This is Amy herself, standing tall in her heels, commanding the gaze of the world, proving that glamour can be both powerful and liberating. The stockings, the lingerie, the bodysuit, the mini skirt, they are not just fashion choices, but weapons of self-expression, pieces of armor that allow her to navigate an industry obsessed with appearances while bending those very expectations to her will. Amy Adams' presence in these daring looks has also reignited an important dialogue about the timeless connection between fashion and storytelling. From the earliest days of Hollywood, icons like Rita Hayworth, Marilyn Monroe, and Sophia Loren used stockings, heels, and silk lingerie not just as clothing but as symbols of cinematic power, seduction, and self-assurance. Now, Amy is carrying that torch forward into the 21st century, reshaping the narrative for a generation that craves authenticity. She understands that the bodysuit she slips into for a photo shoot is more than fabric. It becomes a statement piece that declares she is not defined by age, typecasting, or industry standards. Her miniskirts paired with elegant nylons are not simply playful styling. They are bold declarations of control over her own narrative. Fans describe her as mesmerizing, fearless, and unreal, because each appearance blends classic Hollywood glamour with modern-day empowerment. And perhaps what makes her stand out even more is her ability to balance this provocative allure with the grounded warmth that has always been her signature. Unlike many stars who adopt edgier aesthetics and lose relatability, Amy radiates a natural, almost approachable magnetism that makes her daring choices feel aspirational rather than distant. It's as though she's telling women everywhere, you, too, can claim your confidence. You too can wear the heels and the stockings and the bodysuit not for validation, but for your own empowerment. With each headline-grabbing photo, Amy proves that fashion is not a cage. It is a weapon, a stage, a liberation. But what is even more captivating is how Amy Adams' reinvention is changing the way audiences talk about longevity and transformation in Hollywood. At 51, many actresses are quietly pushed aside, their beauty underestimated, their roles reduced to background figures. Amy, however, has flipped that narrative completely, and her bold choices in tights, mini skirts, lingerie, and heels serve as undeniable evidence that allure does not fade with age, it evolves. This is not the manufactured scandal of a younger starlet trying to make headlines. This is the deliberate, graceful reclamation of a woman who knows her worth. Every pose she strikes, every photograph released, every detail of nylon or lace across her skin feels like a carefully crafted reminder that her era is far from over. It is just beginning anew. Social media feeds flood with her images, with fans confessing that they are stunned to see her radiating even more confidence and beauty than ever before. The industry, once guilty of overlooking actresses as they matured, is now forced to pause and acknowledge her relevance. Amy Adams is teaching the world that true stardom is not about chasing youth, but about embodying timeless charisma. The lingerie and bodysuits she wears do not just reveal, they reveal her mastery of reinvention. They show that she is not afraid to disrupt expectations, to leave audiences stunned, to rewrite the very rulebook of how a Hollywood icon should evolve. And that is why her name continues to trend, why her images go viral, and why her transformation will be remembered not as a fleeting fashion moment, but as a cultural shift led by one of the most magnetic women of our time.